Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something absolutely mind-blowing that's been going viral among ARMYs and Korean music experts. A renowned vocal analyst from Seoul recently made a shocking statement about BTS's comeback with their Arirang album dropping March 20th, 2026. And the statement is, Jimin has the vocal color that's most suited for the Arirang concept. But wait, this isn't just some random opinion, guys. There are deep scientific and cultural reasons behind this statement. So stay tuned, because this video is about to blow your mind. Oh, and before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any updates about BTS and Jimin. Okay guys, so the person who made the statement isn't just anyone. This is Professor Kim Hyun-soo, a vocal analyst with more than 20 years of experience in the Korean music industry. He has analyzed vocals from hundreds of artists, from old generation to modern K-pop. And when he says Jimin has the most suitable vocals for Arirang, everyone immediately paid attention. Because this statement isn't just about, oh, his voice is nice, or oh, he can hit high notes. This goes way deeper than that. Professor Kim explained that Jimin's voice has a quality that's extremely rare in contemporary music. He said, and this is his actual quote, Jimin's voice has what we call HAN in vocals. Now, HAN is a Korean emotional concept that's extremely difficult to translate into other languages. It's a mixture of collective sorrow, longing, resilience, and hope that's been embedded deep in Korean culture for centuries. And guys, this is exactly the emotion that flows through traditional Arirang songs. So imagine, out of all K-pop vocalists of his generation, this professor says Jimin is the only one who can channel the emotion of Han authentically through his voice. That's huge, guys! Before we continue talking about Jimin's vocals, you need to understand why this Arirang album is such a big deal. Arirang is a Korean folk song that has been a symbol of Korean culture and national identity for centuries. This isn't just a song, guys. This is the soul of the Korean people. Its melody is melancholic yet full of hope. Its lyrics reflect Korea's historical journey full of struggle. So when big hit music announced that BTS's comeback would be inspired by this cultural heritage, expectations immediately skyrocketed. This isn't just an ordinary comeback after their military hiatus. This is a statement about identity, about their cultural roots. And for a project this big, you need a vocalist who's not just technically good, but who can feel and convey emotions that are hundreds of years old. And this is where Jimin comes in. Okay, now let's talk about why Jimin's vocals are so special for this concept. First, his timbre. You know what timbre is? It's the unique color or quality of someone's voice. Well, Jimin's timbre is soft yet has insane emotional depth. Unlike other vocalists who might rely on power or range alone, Jimin can communicate emotions through the texture of his voice. Dr. Lee Min-young, an ethnomusicologist who's an expert in traditional Korean music, said that Jimin's vocal evolution from album to album shows an intuitive understanding of Korean vocal aesthetics. And this is mind-blowing, guys, because even though he sings pop music, his technique is actually very close to classical Korean vocal traditions. There are several techniques that make Jimin's vocals perfect. 1. His vibrato is natural and expressive, similar to traditional Korean singers. 2. Breath control that allows him to sing long phrases with incredibly smooth dynamics. 3. Most importantly, the ability to use breathy tone without losing vocal support. This is crucial, guys. In Korean vocal traditions like Panzori or Minyo, singers often use a breathier voice quality to express vulnerability and emotional intimacy. And guess what? Jimin has mastered this perfectly. Whether intuitively or through training, he's found the perfect balance between modern and traditional vocal techniques. Now, what makes this even more exciting is Jimin's preparation for this album, guys. So according to sources close to production, Jimin isn't just trying to sing the songs well technically. He's genuinely studying the cultural and emotional context of what he's singing. He reportedly visited several provinces in Korea to listen to regional variations of Arirang. He learned about the history behind the song. He even spent time with elderly Koreans who grew up singing these songs. Guys, this isn't just professionalism. This is passion. This is dedication to truly understand and honor his own cultural heritage. And this level of commitment is why experts believe Jimin will deliver something extraordinary. Oh, and there's something even more interesting. In a live stream, several months after he completed his military service, Jimin mentioned that he spent time studying various forms of traditional Korean music and even took informal lessons with traditional vocal masters. He said, "I want to understand the roots of our music. When I listen to Arirang or other traditional songs, I feel something very deep, something I want to bring into my own music." I mean, come on. Aren't you excited about this? And guys, this isn't just the opinion of experts or fans. The BTS members themselves have given hints about how amazing Jimin's vocals are on this album. V, in a limited release behind-the-scenes video, said that listening to Jimin record certain parts made him get goosebumps and almost cry. Guys, this is V saying this, who also has incredible vocals. Jin, in a separate interview, called The Vocal Harmony, he recorded with Jimin for one of the tracks, the most emotional moment in my recording career. This is real talk, guys. And most powerfully, RM, who we all know is extremely perfectionistic about their music, said that Jimin's vocal interpretation in several tracks captured something we didn't even know we were looking for. When a genius leader like RM says that, you can imagine how special Jimin's vocals are on this album. Now, let's hear from the production side. Choi Sang-min, a veteran music producer who has worked with various artists from different generations, gave a very interesting technical perspective. He said, "Arirang requires a vocalist who can navigate between vulnerability and strength without sounding theatrical. Many technically excellent singers fail in this aspect because they're too focused on showcasing their abilities. And this is the key, guys. Jimin has the artistic maturity to know when to pull back, when to push, and how to make every note meaningful." Another producer who observed the recording process said Jimin not only recorded his solo parts, but was also very involved in arranging vocal harmonies for several tracks. He used his understanding of traditional Korean music theory to create harmonies that feel both ancient and fresh at the same time. And from a contemporary music perspective, Jimin's ability to blend traditional sensibilities with modern production is an incredibly valuable asset. The Arirang album will reportedly combine traditional Korean instruments with contemporary music production, creating a sound that bridges past and present. And of course, ARMYs are incredibly excited, guys. ARMYs who have backgrounds in traditional Korean music have created long threads on Twitter analyzing why Jimin's vocals are so perfect for this concept. And surprisingly, they often reach the same conclusions as the professionals. Countless analysis videos on YouTube discuss his vocal technique, emotional delivery, and how he uses his voice as an instrument for storytelling. And with the announcement of the Arirang album, these discussions have reached a new level. The hashtag JiminVocalOnAirArang was trending worldwide after producers gave mysterious hints about something special. Fans predict Jimin will showcase his legendary falsetto in the title track. And honestly, I can't wait. What's really fascinating is how the international ARMY community has been diving deep into Korean cultural studies just to better understand and appreciate what Jimin is bringing to this album. We're seeing fans learning about Panzori, studying the different regional variations of Arirang, and even taking Korean language classes to understand the nuances of the lyrics. This level of cultural engagement is unprecedented in K-pop history. Now let's talk about something really important that often gets overlooked: the cultural bridge that Jimin is building through this project. You see, one of the biggest challenges in modern K-pop is balancing global appeal with cultural authenticity. Many artists struggle with this. Go too traditional and you might lose international fans. Go too Western and you lose your cultural identity. But Jimin, he's finding that perfect balance. His previous solo albums, Face and Muse, already showed us this ability. In Face, he explored deeply personal and vulnerable themes that resonated universally, while in Muse, he showcased more experimental and artistic sides. Both albums were commercially successful internationally, while maintaining that distinctly Korean emotional sensibility. But Arirang takes this to a whole new level. This isn't just about making music that sounds Korean, it's about channeling centuries of Korean soul, pain, hope, and resilience through a contemporary lens. And Jimin's voice is the perfect vehicle for this transmission. Think about it. When Western audiences hear Jimin sing on this album, they won't just be listening to beautiful vocals. They'll be experiencing Korean history, Korean emotion, Korean identity in its purest form. That's the power of what Jimin is doing here. Alright guys, now I want to get specific about what we should be listening for when this album drops. Based on all the information we've gathered in expert analysis, here are the specific vocal elements you should pay attention to. First, listen for Jimin's use of seongji technique. This is a traditional Korean vocal ornament where the singer approaches a note from below with a slight scoop. Experts predict Jimin will incorporate this subtly throughout the album, especially in emotional climaxes. Second, pay attention to his breathing patterns. In traditional Arirang singing, the placement of breaths is deeply meaningful. They're not just technical necessities, but emotional punctuation marks. Jimin has reportedly been working extensively on this aspect. Third, listen for the blend of his chest voice and head voice transitions. Western pop often has very distinct registers, but traditional Korean singing emphasizes smooth, almost imperceptible transitions. This creates that haunting, ethereal quality that Arirang is known for. Fourth, notice the dynamic range. We're not talking about loud versus soft here, but the microdynamics within phrases. The slight swells, the gentle fades, the moments where the voice becomes almost a whisper before building again. This is where Jimin's artistry will really shine. And here's something exciting. Multiple sources have hinted that track number 7 on the album, which reportedly has 14 tracks total, features what they're calling Jimin's vocal moment of a lifetime. We don't know details yet, but speculation is that it might be a more traditional-leaning solo track where he really showcases everything he's learned about Korean vocal techniques. So guys, with all this information, what can we expect from Jimin's vocals on the Arirang album? First, there's a strong possibility we'll hear Jimin explore his vocal range in ways we've never heard before. He reportedly expanded his range to 4 octaves for this album. Second, expect emotional delivery that will give you goosebumps. Based on everything we've discussed, Jimin clearly understands the emotional core of Arirang and how to convey it. Third, the vocal line harmonies of BTS will likely reach new heights. With Jimin involved in arranging harmonies, we can expect something truly innovative. But here's what I'm most excited about: the potential for Jimin to introduce traditional Korean vocal techniques to a global audience in a way that feels fresh and accessible. Imagine millions of people around the world hearing Pansori-inspired vocals for the first time through a BTS track. That's cultural impact on a massive scale. And most importantly, the vocal analyst who first made the statement has a bold prediction, guys. He said, "When people hear this album, especially the parts sung by Jimin, it will be a defining moment not only for his career but for K-pop as a whole. This will show that you can be a global superstar while remaining deeply rooted in your own culture." And that's a powerful message. There's also speculation about potential collaborations. Some insiders hint that Jimin might have recorded parts with traditional Korean musicians. Imagine Jimin's contemporary vocals layered with a gaegeum or a hegeum. The fusion possibilities are endless and exciting. So guys, that's everything we know so far about why Jimin's vocals are perfectly suited for BTS's Arirang album. From the unique characteristics of his timbre, his ability to channel the Korean emotion of HAN, his incredibly dedicated preparation, to recognition from industry experts and fellow members, everything points to one conclusion: we're about to witness something truly special on March 20th, 2026. The question now is, will Jimin exceed these sky-high expectations? Based on his track record with Face and Muse, plus his dedication to this project, I personally believe he won't just meet expectations but surpass them. What makes this even more significant is the timing. BTS is coming back after their military service, reunited and clearly more focused on their cultural roots than ever. This isn't just a comeback, it's a homecoming. And Jimin's vocals are going to be the emotional anchor of that homecoming. I also want to mention the potential legacy of this album. If Jimin succeeds in what experts are predicting, this could change how future K-pop artists approach traditional Korean music. We might see a whole new wave of artists exploring their cultural heritage more deeply, knowing that it can be both commercially successful and artistically fulfilling. Jimin could literally be opening a door for the next generation. Okay guys, now I want to hear from you. What are your expectations for Jimin's vocals on the Arirang album? Do you think he'll showcase new techniques? Or maybe collaborate with traditional Korean singers? What specific tracks are you most excited about? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you're excited about this discussion, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow ARMYs. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss the latest updates about BTS's comeback. I'll be doing a follow-up video after the album releases where we analyze Jimin's actual vocal performances, so make sure you're subscribed for that. See you in the next video, guys, and let's count down together to March 20th. Only a few weeks left. BTS is coming, and Jimin is about to make history.